KCTV5 is your school authority. Tonight we're answering your good questions about sending kids back to the classroom. Here's Joe Chiodo.
We know kids spread and contract the virus at a much lower rate than adults, but that doesn't mean they're totally immune. Here are the latest COVID deaths from the CDC for the youngest patients as of July 22nd. 11 children younger than 1 have died. 9 children between the ages of 1 to 4, 16 children 5 to 14, and then 190 deaths for children and young adults aged 15 to 24. So that had one viewer asking us a good question. Are some students going to be more high risk than others? Here's what doctors told us.
Children with asthma are not at higher risk than children who don't have asthma in terms of getting infection at all. The other things that we have been learning recently is that actually children who have transplants, so even immune-compromised children, appear not to get worse disease than kids who are otherwise healthy. So there are some instances in which kids have comorbidities like they do in adults, so having obesity is definitely a risk factor.
In a recent study of pediatric cases, the CDC also notes that in addition to obesity, 1 in 5 positive cases in children involved a patient who had one of the following: autoimmune disorder, cancer, lung disease, diabetes, kidney disease, or serious heart conditions. Now, when it comes to symptoms of COVID-19 in children, doctors say the most common in kids will be fever, cough, or shortness of breath, affecting 10% of patients. Now, you've likely also heard about multi-system inflammatory syndrome. That is the rare syndrome found in pediatric patients after a COVID exposure. Here's what you need to know about that.
With treatment, most of these kids get better and get out of the ICU, and it's very uncommon that death is very uncommon, but many of them need a lot of support while in the intensive care unit.
Just last week, 2 children in Colorado died of that rare disease. But like the doctor said, it is not typical. So far, we've seen just about 350 cases of this disease across the country and 8 deaths. Joe Chiodo, KCTV5 News.